Good evening once again. Buffalo police tonight are putting out a desperate call for help from the public. They are trying to hunt down a murder suspect. Authorities are searching for the gunman who shot and killed this 12-year-old boy over the weekend. 7 Eyewitness News reporter anchor Ashley Rowe leads off our team coverage tonight live in the Queen City.
Hi, good evening, Keith. I'm on William Street near Mortimer, where Saturday night's tragic shooting happened. Badruddin El-Wasim, a middle schooler, was inside his home, just above my shoulder here, where those white windows are in the brick building. He was inside his home making himself a snack, watching television, when shots were fired outside. They were intended for another target. One stray bullet went through his home, ended up striking him and taking his life. At a news conference this afternoon, police said it's unclear if the shooting is gang-related. Police city leaders now urging anyone who witnessed the shooting to come forward. A $12,500 reward is now being offered for any information leading to his or her arrest. Hundreds of family members and friends gathered today to say their final goodbyes to Badr. Ed, you were at the funeral today. How was it?
Oh, it was heartbreaking. The family's shocked and just so sad. They were overcome. They had to be consoled by friends. But there's also a lot of community outrage and a new effort to find the person responsible for killing this young man and putting another person in the hospital.
We see these things on TV, but you never think that you're going to be the person, getting the bullets into your living room and to your house.
It was a day of heavy hearts and deep sadness as the Muslim community packed the Lackawanna Islamic Mosque for the funeral of 12-year-old Badruddin El-Wasim, who was known as Badr to his friends.
He was above and beyond in my school, with his family, with everything he did.
Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown, Buffalo Police, and members of the Peacemakers organization also attended the funeral to show support.
I would say 400. Yes, absolutely. 400 people. There's going to be more at the cemetery.
Badr was killed Saturday night when a stray bullet flew into his family's second-story residence at the corner of William and Mortimer Streets in Buffalo. His uncle told 7 Eyewitness News Badr was struck in the head while he watched TV. And his brother posted a message on social media saying, "Today I lost my world, my brother, my breath, my purpose, my everything."
We just want justice for him.
Police say the stray bullet came from across the street in the Town Gardens Plaza parking lot as someone fired multiple shots that were described by a neighbor as sounding like a loud boom, boom, boom.
It appears as if some of the rounds may have been rifle rounds. I don't know that they were automatic.
A 22-year-old unidentified man was also struck and taken to ECMC for surgery.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was gang-related.
Badr's family runs a Cricket phone store, and the teenager was an honor student at International School number 45. A family friend said Badr had just returned from Texas and was planning on taking classes at the Universal Islamic School on Genesee Street.
And before he can get back to Universal School, he was done.
He didn't deserve any of that. He was just sitting home watching TV when this accident occurred.
Now, after the funeral, Mayor Brown, Buffalo Police, and several anti-violence groups gathered here at the shooting scene to go through the neighborhood handing out these flyers, hoping that somebody who knows something will say something. But the one thing we're not hearing too much about right now is that 22-year-old man who was shot multiple times in the midsection. He's in stable condition at ECMC, but police not saying much about him, which makes you wonder what his connection is to all of this.
Yeah, police really not saying much today about anything to do with the investigation and any specifics there.
No, not at all, Ashley, but a very sad situation.
It sure is. Thank you very much, Ed. Well, Saturday's deadly shooting, the 7th homicide so far this year in the city of Buffalo.
To help find and catch whoever is responsible for this, 2 on your side's Dave McKinley is live tonight from William Street with more on this story. Dave?
Well, the pain on the faces of family members was quite obvious when they, too, came back here this afternoon to mourn the loss, as they continue to do, of this 12-year-old. In fact, a short time ago, they had gathered right across the street, and they say that 12-year-old boy was doing nothing more than watching TV in a living room in a place that was supposed to be safe, but tragically was not.
We are here today with heavy hearts.
It was Saturday night about 8:30 when, during a gathering in a parking lot outside the Town Garden Shopping Plaza at William Street near Jefferson Avenue, some sort of altercation occurred. Shots rang out and one man, a 22-year-old, was wounded. But amid the gunfire, one of the bullets traveled about 100 yards into an apartment above a store up the street, striking 12-year-old Badruddin El-Wasim in the head, killing him. His funeral was held today.
He was an excellent kid, outstanding, he was above and beyond in our school, with his family, with everything he did. That was my brother. I don't know what do you want me to tell you, but stand up. We just want justice for him, and I hope if anyone has any information about it, just reach out and help us out. We want justice for my brother.
If a neighbor that's concerned about this happening and they saw it, then let it be the neighbor coming to report it. Whatever means are necessary to bring the culprit to bear, then let that be exercised.
This afternoon, Mayor Brown and others fanned out into the neighborhood, knocking on doors, asking people, begging them to say something.
We know that there are people that saw what happened. We know that there are people who know the individual or individuals that fired the guns the other night that led to the killing of this precious 12-year-old boy. And the community is here with heavy hearts to fan out into the community and distribute these flyers requesting information.
A reward for information leading to the arrest and indictment of the person that fired that fatal shot has now grown to more than $12,000. On William Street in Buffalo, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.